I just got off my shift at Ross, so I look a little, like, terrible. But I have actually something serious to talk about today, something I really, like, wanted to touch on, something I've been not reminiscing about, but more, like, realizing and, like, things I just want to be able to, like, talk to it so it's concrete, it's out there, and I can stop thinking about it, because that's the kind of way I am. I just gotta get it out in words. Regarding my ex-boyfriend. Like what I built this channel on was all the video diaries when we broke up and stuff like that, because that destroyed me. Essentially we were together like 3-ish years, and he left me over text, and then I find out, like, he never told me why, really. He gave like weird excuses, things that like didn't make sense. So I never had any closure. Like a year later I found out like he cheated on me. He's with this other girl now. Um, so hey, cool. Nice. Wish he, if he, and it, I'm not gonna get into it yet, but, so I just want to like talk about that, because there's some things I realized. But before that, I've been dying to tell someone today what happened. The most hilarious thing, it wasn't hilarious in the moment, but it's really funny looking back on it, like on my 4-hour shift at Ross. I was like, yeah, this is like really funny. I've been sick for a couple days, like 3 days now. I was supposed to work Wednesday. I called off because I was sick. I felt sick Tuesday, but I worked anyway. I just couldn't do Wednesday. Thursday I had off, and it's just stomach issues kind of stuff. And I woke up today and I was like, okay, gotta go. He's so cute. Gotta go to work. And I got all ready and everything. I was walking out the door. So I left, and I got to that part of the stairwell, because I'm on the 3rd floor, turned around, went back in. I was like, as soon as I left the door, I was coughing. I took my vitamins like right before I left, and I just, as soon as I closed that door, I started like coughing. I'm like, I feel nauseous. I got to that stairwell. I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. Turned around, ran back in, and I walked in. And as soon as I closed the front door, I just fucking threw up. Just vomited all on my front door. So it hit the everything. It was disgusting. And then it was banana, because that's all I ate today. I had so much water to drink. I never eat breakfast, but I finally ate a banana because I was like, gotta take care of myself. Threw it up all over my front door, and it dripped down. And then my boyfriend like got up and ran over, got a trash can, so I threw up like 2 more times in the trash can. I'm like, okay. He just like handed me a ton of paper towels. I cleaned it all up and everything. I'm like, all right, gotta go to work. So I felt horrible going in. I felt horrible all morning, but it felt bad. It was bad, but it was like I just threw up on my front door, and then I was like, all right, gotta go to work. So that was cool. I'm gonna change, get comfy, and then we can get into the serious stuff. But what a day already. Alright, this is fine for now. I'm super sweaty, so I'm just gonna shower. Anyway, you can see it's sticking to my pits. That's disgusting. Because, like, after throwing up, I was just, like, overheated, and then I had shivers. I was shaky all at work, and I was running around, tearing up cardboard, unboxing stuff, you know? Like, I did the big items for stock today for part of it. And otherwise, I was running racks, so I got mega steps in. Pretty girl. Pretty girl. Hi, pretty girl. Yeah. Oh, that's my sweet girl. Oh. Fucking licking it off, you bitch. Love my babies. He's my favorite because he's fat and chill. But okay. So I guess what started it all is for some reason my ex-boyfriend made a new Instagram profile, and it was recommended to me. Because he has me blocked on his other ones, obviously, because he has a girlfriend. He did that when he broke up with me. So, you know, good for him. But, which also, like, makes it really weird that he, like, back in September of, like, 2024, when I wasn't with anyone or anything, but he, obviously, I mean, he was with that girl. They're still together. So, like, at that time, he unblocked me and followed me on Instagram. So, like, I'm curious what their relationship is like. I hope it's good. I hope he treats her better than he treated me. That's all. All I want is improvement, character development for both of them. You know, the cheating bastard deserves the homewrecker. So, well, but anyway, so his profile got recommended to me. I'm like, okay, I never wanted to see you again. Never wanted to see your face again. It just makes me mad. But more than anything, it really just reminded me of that betrayal, that really big, like, because we were together for 3 years. He just suddenly texted me while I was at work on a Sunday evening. It's like, hey, I'm breaking up with you over text. So I haven't even seen him since we were dating. I haven't seen him since the breakup, and that's, I mean, fine by me. But because of that, he just fucking left, threw out everything. I was in love with him, and he didn't feel anything for me. And I don't know, I was excited to see him, and he was building up the courage to get rid of me. Probably the whole weeks before, God knows how long. Oh my God, don't even. Not gonna get deep into it, but just that betrayal of, like, suddenly, I didn't see any signs. I didn't see it coming. I didn't see the breakup. I had no warning. And because of that, I'm afraid that I'm gonna miss something, that I'm gonna miss, like, Cameron, my boyfriend now. He's wonderful. We've been together a year and a half, and I love him. I feel like I'm just constantly looking for warning signs now that I was just reminded, refreshed, and it's just kind of like ingrained itself into me. Because I was doing that, like, for the very, like, beginning of our relationship. I had dealt with it good, but I just kind of find myself, like, trying to find a warning or anything. And I talked to him about it. I was like, hey, and I just need some reassurance. That's all. And he's like, I love you forever and ever. And, like, our relationship is awesome, but I'm trying to point, like, the difference of why didn't we work out? Why? Because my ex-boyfriend was right to break up with me. He was. Like, that's something I would like to tell him now, is like, he did the right thing, just not the right way, because he was a fucking dick about it. But and it's just, anyway, I'm still mad. I still, he's like the punching bag of my mind, where whenever I have, like, the minor inconvenience in my life that sort of ticks me off, I just imagine beating the fucking shit out of him, calling him a lot of words. But I'm tiny and scrawny. I really wouldn't do that if I saw him. I'd be like, hey, just, like, you were right. I'm sorry for how I treated you during our relationship. I would like an apology. I would like one too. Of course, I can't control that. Regardless, it is what it is. But the reason that our relationship, one reason I've noticed that it didn't work, was because we were like the same person. Cameron and I are very different people. We live two different lives, but we more than coexist. Our lives are different, but they're intertwined. We have two separate ones. We're two individuals, but we love each other. And me and my ex-boyfriend, his name was Josh. Fuck. Hate that guy. um, we were the same person. We were the one. Wherever he went, I went. We never, like, did anything separate, not like anything. We just spent time together. We didn't go out much even. We just stayed at home and, like, watched stuff. We really fed into, like, anything we had similar to each other. We would, like, that's just us now. That was the one thing. We were a unit rather than two people in love. We were just, like, we're one. And that was nice at the time because I didn't know anything else. I didn't know, like, we were 17 when we started dating. And so neither of us had a real concept of what love was. So what we thought was that's what we thought, was being one, being whole, being a, like, full person. But we're not two halves. We're two full people. And so any part of us that was different from one another, we just, like, would tear each other apart for it. And anyway that, like, one of us was different, had different interests, had different hobbies, like something else, like, that the other didn't like, it was like a war. We fought all the time, everything, and it was awful. It was really an awful relationship. So that's something I just, like, it was nice to realize that is why it didn't work. That is why it didn't work, was because we were anything that we saw was different, we didn't like in the other person, we just kind of, like, projected onto them. It was like, you need to be different, you need to change. And it was just, I mean, that's not healthy, that's not good for anyone. So it was just bad. And realizing that has given me, like, a lot more, after that, kind of, like, worried about betrayal. How do I see it coming? I need a warning because I don't want to be caught off guard, blindsided like last time. And I can rest now. I can relax my mind because I know it's different. I know things are different now. I'm with a different person. Our relationship is different and it's better. And I'm happy about that. That's all. That's really it. And realizing that was nice. I don't think about my ex-boyfriend ever. Like, nothing, like, old inside jokes, things we did, stuff like that. I don't think about that stuff anymore. I can't remember, like, most of it. I can't recall a single like joke or anything we have together. But I remember most is the betrayal. That's like what haunts me about it, because that was, I never got that closure. It's still just kind of like a lingering thought that, that Josh just fucking hanging around me. And he's like, yeah, the bad things are gonna happen. You never know, at any time, like he could just leave. But no, I know my boy. I know my Cameron. He's the best. And he's not going to leave because he's my boy. And I'm not going to leave him. I'm not going anywhere. I'm very happy in our relationship. He's very happy. We had a great time hanging out last night. We played TFT together, League of Legends, Teamfight Tactics. So fun. It's really fun. I am stinky for it, but it's really fun. I've never actually played the full League of Legends game, just TFT, so I might learn it at some point. I feel like I should, because there's a champion named Lilia. My name is Lilia. Kind of crazy. Anyway, we played TFT together, and he was showing me like different country music that he likes and stuff like that, and things that he's just been into lately. And I was like, fuck yeah! And it was awesome. It was so much fun, and I had a great time just talking with him, hanging out, and then we got in bed, watched some Family Guy, and went to sleep. And it was just really sweet, and I love our relationship for that. And I don't know, that's something I don't know. I'm sure I experienced it before in the relationship, but this long ongoing, we've been together for a year and a half, and I I still think about when we first started dating. I still get butterflies. I still love him so much. Even more obviously, because we've been together longer. The more I get to know him, the more I love him, and the more like I even like, I love his flaws too, and I resented Josh a lot of it for a lot of his flaws. I That's one reason I would like to apologize to him, is I was really hard on him. And he, granted, he was to me too a little bit. He was pretty mean to me at times, but um like, especially just like about work and stuff, like I was just like outright like mean to him at times. I would resent him because I would put more effort into our relationship than he would. But I should have just left then. I can't like beg him to do more for us. I can't, I'm not gonna sit, I shouldn't have, like, because that just doesn't come across as good for any of us. And obviously it didn't work out. So I was wrong for that. But I notice, I I love everything about my boyfriend now. I truly do. I love everything about him. Obviously, there's stuff that we want to work on. We want to improve together. There's, we have our flaws, but I love him for him. I don't know, and it's, I'm not gonna talk about any of them because it's personal. I'm not gonna share. I'm not gonna air out his business. But I mean, even just like, I threw up on the fucking front door, and he was taking a nap on the couch, just got right up, got that trash can, got the paper towels for me. He was taking care of me immediately, and yeah, I mean, you might say bare minimum, but that meant a lot to me. I mean, that was sweet. He was sweet and there for me, and he always is. He always is. And I struggle a lot with, like, I mean, like, depression has always been a thing I've struggled with since I was like 10. I've had suicidal thoughts since I was like 13. He had to like pull the knife away when I did this. I had too much tequila. And so I don't drink tequila anymore because it actually just like gets that suicidal part of me out. So I just went in the kitchen. I was gonna cut open a bag of rice, and I'm like, ah! And he's like, guys, I gotta leave the game. Left the game to take care of me. And and he doesn't hate me for that. He doesn't resent me for that. He doesn't like hang it over my head. He's like, remember that time I dropped everything to take care of you? No, he's never once done that. He just does it because he loves me, and I do the same for him. And I love that. Yeah, it's really sweet. And I don't know, our relationship is so good that why would I ever worry? Why would I ever think about that betrayal? And it's sad. It sucks to think like I spent 3 years of my life with this person that we weren't supposed to be together. I wasted a lot. But I don't know. I wouldn't say I wasted the time. I did learn a lot. I ended up a lot closer with my family when we broke up, and I have really good values now. I I still have my flaws. I'm still working on stuff in life, but I'm trying to get better, and I never really was. I never really was changing in our relationship because anytime I did change a little, we would, I mean, even anytime he would change a little, we would freak out because it just wasn't us anymore. And it held both of us back for a lot of it. I think that I also never saw Josh, my ex-boyfriend, as my safe place. I never once saw him as a dependable, reliable person. But I mean, I don't drink out. I've never gotten drunk in front of anyone except my family and Cameron and his best friend. I got hammered. His best friend was over and we were all playing TFT and I got hammered. I fell out of my chair and everything. But it was so much fun. I was putting away that Tito's. I love Tito's. But because I trust them, and with Cameron there, I know he would be there for me, protect me. They didn't even laugh at me when I fell out of the chair. They're just like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I just got up and we continued. It wasn't even like I was actually really surprised how it wasn't even like, "Okay, you've had enough, time to go to bed." No, we just picked right back up. It was just an oopsie daisies, and they get that. They're cool. They're just so much cooler. That's all. My family's cool. Everyone's cool. But also, like on that note, anyway, like the first time I smoked weed was with my boyfriend, and it's like that was something I was very against in my relationship with Josh because I didn't feel safe about it. I didn't feel okay about it. The only experience I've had with drugs was with my older sister's addiction, and it was really bad. Like she was always in the hospital. My parents were not present in my life in my childhood a lot because of it, and I resented drugs for that in general. But he never really tried to I don't know. He never tried to change my mind. He just went behind my back. So it's like that's fucked up anyway. And granted, like it's not for everyone. But I mean, I trusted my boyfriend. I was like, yeah, I trust you. This is something I'm interested in trying, like just once for now. And he was like, okay, like we're gonna be safe about this. I'll get pre-rolls so it's easy, things like that. And he like babysat me. He's like, are you good? Just like one puff at first, and we'll see where you are. I'm like, I know, I'm not feeling anything. And like one more, and I just started laughing like uncontrollably. I got the giggles so hard, and he's like, yeah, you're good. You're feeling it. So like he only like let me have a baby amount. It wasn't like have as much as you want because I don't know how much is too much for me. So he was very like responsible about it. He helped me inside to go sit on the couch, put on some anime for me, and that's something I could trust him to do. I could trust him to take care of me. Whereas I don't think in my relationship with Josh, I don't think he knew how to take care of me. He never did. He never knew how to comfort me, how to cheer me up. I mean, if I would talk to him about a way that he hurt me, he would start crying and I would have to comfort him for hurting me, which is insane. Never had that. Never had that with Cameron. Never had that with my boyfriend now. And that's just how much better things are. And I'm just happy about that. And so I don't have to be worried. I don't have to be worried about betrayal. I'm not worried. I'm really not. I still give my best effort in our relationship. I cook, I clean, I take care of him very well. And I don't know. Everything's all good. Yeah, we have our two babies, the loves of my life. Uh our own little family. We have our home. We moved out together after a month and a half of dating. Like we just knew that it was gonna work, and it has. I mean, it has. We've never like we've had a couple fights here and there, but the kind that like we work out the next day, the same day or the next. And it's never like hostile. It's just like we're kind of just we just need to sit and like think it through and form our opinions fully on it, what the situation is, take the other perspective into like perspective because it's both of us. We were two individuals, and that's awesome. So I love our home. I love my relationship with Cameron, and I just don't have to worry. So that's all that's been on my mind lately. So his Instagram account is just floating around. I'm not gonna interact with it, do anything, nothing. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm not even gonna block it because like yeah, that's up to him. He can block me. Blocking him makes it like I acknowledged he's there and like he's making me uncomfortable. Um but it did make me uncomfortable to see him again, to see his profile in that picture. And I also wonder like what the fuck he's doing with that account, because he had like no followers, like 5 posts, um and but he followed like 20, 30 accounts. And sorry, I lost my train of thought. I really got to eat because anyway, I actually have something to say about food, not related. But anyway, so I don't know why he has that account when he has a girlfriend. Like, is he sneaking around behind her? Like, I feel bad for her. I don't know if I should. Maybe she's also fucking around in that relationship. I don't know anything about them anymore. And that's how I want it to be. That's how I want it to stay. I want us to just stay strangers again. Granted, we have some words left to say. I think I will always want to hear an apology from him, and I will always want to apologize to him. And I also do want to admit that he was right. He was right to break up for me. He wasn't right how he did it, but I would love to tell him that. Like, you made a good choice. I'm glad you left, because my life is actually better without you. It wasn't at first. It really wasn't. But I made it better, and it's better than I ever imagined it could be, so I'm happy. And that's cool. Now, what I wanted to touch on about food was I bought some oranges from this Mexican man. He was parked next to my car at the parking lot of Ross, so when I like walked out, he was selling these bags of oranges, and I just walked up and like, how much are they? And he's like, $20. And they had like QR codes for like Venmo and stuff, but I still carry cash. I don't have Venmo or like Cash App or anything. I use PayPal when I like order commissions and stuff like that. But so I just pulled out. I had 2 tens, gave him that, and he's like, free sample, free sample. I can't do a Spanish Mexican accent. I can't. I didn't speak a lick of Spanish to him. I was thinking like, oh, estás bien, muchas gracias. No, I'm not gonna say that. He might just think I'm like gonna like offend him. I'm this little white girl, so a little white girl can speak a little Spanish, but not really. I took 4 years of Spanish. I don't remember it. But he gave me a free sample orange, and I fucking demolished it because I hadn't eaten anything but that banana. I threw up. So, but I've got some leftover curry that I made. I made yellow curry. It's really good. So I'm gonna eat that and then shower. Because I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm stinky. Maybe I won't shower. Maybe I will. Maybe. Yeah, I even think like me and Cameron are funnier. He's funnier, dude. I love my boy. I love my boy so much. I can't think of anything that I would like actually change about him. He's my boy, and I used to think about that all the time with Josh. Like I would change. There would be some things I'd change about him. There's ways like I wasn't proud of him. If people said I was a lot like Josh, I would take offense. People say I'm a lot like Cameron, I'd be like, oh, cool, yeah, Cameron's awesome. Thank you. That's all I could say, because I truly think the world of him. I actually just think he's amazing and wonderful. I could go on it. I could go on about it forever, but I'm gonna go. Gonna go get stuff done. Good luck to everyone, all your goals. I hope everyone's doing good. If you set New Year's resolutions, revisit them. If you didn't, it's not too late to make some. So, but anyway, have a good day, everyone. Bye.